What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the new map that we will be playing on for the Fortnite Star Wars mini season, because Fortnite themselves actually just posted the map today. As always, if you guys do find this video to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this map and what you think of the Star Wars season. And if you would like to use my creator code in the shop when getting the Star Wars Battle Pass or any other cosmetics, it is Evolve Jake, just like my channel name is. So I'll have the map on screen now and probably have had it on screen for a few seconds now. And as you can see, we are going to be getting 4 new Star Wars POIs to start the season, and then potentially more POIs later down the line. Unfortunately, all of these new POIs are in corners of the map. This is something that I'm not a huge fan of. However, we are expected to be getting like flying vehicles from Star Wars, and there are even some of those in the pictures we have of the POIs. So those vehicles may kind of make up for the fact that these POIs are a bit more secluded. The Outpost Enclave will be replacing Hopeful Heights at the bottom right corner of the map. And this is like a desert outpost POI with several small buildings. This is one that I expect that I'll actually like quite a bit. Demon's Dojo will be replaced with the First Order base. And this is kind of the snowy area on the top right of the map. I think this POI looks somewhat interesting, but probably not going to be my favorite. The Resistance base will be replacing Whiffy Wharf and some of that swampy area on the top left of the map. And this looks like kind of like a jungle base POI. Somewhat reminds me of one of the POIs from Chapter 4, the Chapter 4 jungle, but I don't really remember what it was called. But there was one that was like an outpost or a base, and that this Resistance base will be somewhat of a jungle base. And then finally, we have Shogun Solitude, which will be replaced with Vader Samurai Solitude. I don't think we have a picture of this POI at all. There is this picture of some AT-ATs downed that have been like converted into restaurants, but I don't think this is actually at the Shogun Solitude area. I could be wrong. Either way, though, the POI would surely be more than just these downed AT-ATs. So this is the POI that we actually know the least about. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of like the geography around Shogun Solitude, so I don't think this will be one that I really enjoy, because that like main mountain piece that kind of makes Shogun Solitude is still going to be there. We also know of a few other minor things because of the backgrounds of some of these pictures that I already showed. In one of the pictures, the one outside Demon's Dojo, you can see a sprite, a shrine that is still kind of glowing. And so sprites and those shrines are expected to be returning in next season. And then also in that same image, you can see a reboot van. And that reboot van still has the sign on it indicating that you can purchase reboot cards with gold. So that mechanic of being able to buy cards with gold and reboot your teammates that way, or get them the upgraded loadout, or for them to get themselves the upgraded loadout, that seems to be returning next season as well. I know that's a bit more of a controversial issue, or controversial change, but a lot of people will probably be happy that sprites are remaining in the game at the very least. And then also, we know that all of the POIs that were added in Season 2 will remain in. So like Crime City, Lone Wolf Lair, Outlaw Oasis, those will all be staying in the game, but there likely will be some changes to them, like the vaults will probably be opened and have a little less loot. A lot of times when we have POIs carrying over from season to season, while 90% of the POI still might be the same, there's usually a few minor changes. And then same with the black markets. Those will maybe still be in the game as far as like the locations themselves, but at this point in time, we're not really sure if the black markets will function identically next season to how they did this season, where there's a lot of loot for you to purchase. So that might be another thing that changes, where like maybe these are abandoned, but we'll have to see. This season is going to be starting very soon on May 2nd, which is next Friday. And then there is also expected to be some mid-season map changes, because Epic said each era of Star Wars would be represented on the map with a POI. And then it was also kind of previously leaked and rumored that General Grievous will be a boss on the map. And according to people who know more about Star Wars than I do, because I know basically nothing, there's not a POI from his era on this map currently. So people are expecting that POI will come later down the line, and then that boss will also be added to the map then. That'll be like kind of like a mid-season map change. A lot of people seem to be kind of split on this map. Whenever we do get map changes season to season in Fortnite, I feel like people are always kind of upset at the lack of change. I think 4 POIs is a solid amount, especially having them spread amongst the map. If you look at Season 2, pretty much all the POIs were condensed to the same area. So I think 4 POIs is fine, especially for this only being a month-long mini season. This isn't like a full 3-month-long season. It's going to be very short and go by very quick. But even then, season to season, just a couple POIs changing is very in the norm for Fortnite. I know last year a lot of people were upset about the Greek POIs staying on the map after the Greek season ended. But that's just kind of normal for Fortnite. If you look at the Fortnite map evolution over time, we get chapters, which are an entirely new map, and then each season builds upon that map until we get a new chapter. So if you've been expecting a brand new map every season, that is just not how Fortnite works. Chapters are a new map. Those come 1 to 2 years. Recently, they've been a year long for each chapter. The first 2 were each 2 years long. And then season to season, there's just a few map changes and a bit of evolution on that map, while like kind of 80-90% of the map kind of remains the same. So I think as far as map changes go, this season looks fine, especially when you consider that it's only going to be a month long. But that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think of the Season 3 map down in the comments below. I'm actually very surprised they revealed it this early. That usually doesn't happen. But let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. There's like another person too. I was gonna say I don't know where they are, but I guess that's where they are. Playing as safe as possible. I don't know why they have a shield bubble on the ground over there. Because like I've just been shooting at the other guy. Or maybe they have the healing shield. I don't know. I think maybe they have the medallion. No, I think I don't know. This is confusing. Seems like the Rifter has a medallion. But I don't know why that man's putting shield bubbles down when no one's over there with him. I don't like this at all. Like I want him to rift while I'm on this mountain. Because then it's easier for me to shoot him when I'm higher up. That was so cringe.